Oh man, he chased that one. But I like this view. Oh, and Steve Gethard has just rung him up. And he rips that one off the bottom of the wall. Zappy looked like he gave up on it. No play at second. Jan. It's a high fly to right field, but Randy Berman dropped it. Oh no, he caught it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the two co-commissioners of Caputo Complex Football. To my left, Stephen Gethard, the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, and to my right, Joseph Caputo, manager of the Baltimore Orioles. We are here today to talk about some new rule changes of Caputo Complex and just an overview of what we will expect in 2010. Alright, first of all, Joe Caputo, there are some new rule changes pertaining to intentional walks. I'm going to read it out loud. The new rule states, if an umpire determines a batter has been intentionally walked, the batter can choose to extend his bat to 6 balls. If he does, and is still walked 6-0, 6-1, he will be awarded 2 walks. This rule will take effect in each game from the 6th inning on. Joe, please comment on this and why
it sounds a little confusing, but it was necessary because intentional walks were becoming too big a part of this game. I mean, it's supposed to be a backyard game. We want everyone to be batting. There's been a few people that have overused the intentional walk, so we just felt like it was necessary to put in the rule.
All right, Steve, any comments on this new rule? I know you're a rookie, but do you have any comments?
It's a good rule. I approve of it. It's all about the offense. Like, anything that makes more offense is good by me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, guys, will this get too confusing at points, especially to the veterans who have played this game for so long? Joe?
Initially, yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, whenever you start talking 6 balls, I mean, I know you guys are used to it, so actually it probably would be less confusing for you. But when you start talking 6 balls, these Caputo Complex guys definitely could get a little confusing, but I think people will catch on.
Okay, Steve, any comments? Confusion of the new rule?
Shouldn't be a problem by me.
Again, we are used to this. All right, a new rule. Each team will be able to have a 4th fielder in the outfield. Starting 2010, each team will be allowed to play 4 players in the field, including the pitcher, as opposed to 3 in 2009. Joe, what is the reason for this?
Well, first of all, we have a bigger field, so I think that the extra fielder is necessary. Plus, more teams are going to have 4 players this year, or at least we're hoping, since there's only 6 teams. So you don't want to penalize teams for having all 4 of their guys show up, so why not let them all play?
Absolutely. Now, Stephen, how much of an impact will it make on defense?
I think it's a very good rule because look at all the space we got out here. It's just like, it's giant. And like 2 guys can't cover all this area.
Absolutely.
3 guys will help out the game a lot.
Absolutely. Okay, and the last rule, probably the biggest change in Caputo Complex, is, as you can see, well, you can't really see, but the pitcher's mound has been moved back about 3.5 feet. Joe Caputo, what do you have to say about this?
Well, bringing in some FT Wiffle players, obviously they play on a 45-foot mound, so I mean it's not a big change in terms of feet, but I think it will be a big change to the players that have been pitching on the 30-foot mound for I don't even know how long. So yeah, I mean it could be a pretty big change, but I think we'll be able to get used to it.
All right, absolutely. Steve?
I think it's great actually. The further back mound, it used to be like 30 feet. That's nothing. You have no reaction time at all. This gives more movement on your pitches, more offense. All around, it's a really good addition. Really good change.
Now, Vinny Caputo took some pitching practice in there, and he had some trouble there. So how long do you think it will take for everyone to adjust?
I mean, I haven't experienced it yet, so I don't know for me. But, I mean, I think it's actually going to be more important for managers to schedule preseason games this year, because I think preseason games are going to be necessary to be able to adjust to the new changes to the field.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Our second topic will be about the draft. First overall pick will go to Cal Seaboard. Seaboard had a miserable year last year as far as his team, the Oakland Athletics. Joe, What does Seaboard have to do to get back in the playoffs this year?
Well, I think he needs to draft a secondary pitcher. Zach Robbins should be a lock, I think, for first place, for first overall. Now, I mean, I know that we've had 2 straight first overall picks that have been busts. It was John Lanza in 08, and last year Jared Minsky. The only bust that I could see in Zach Robbins is if he stops showing up. But if he comes to all the games, you know you're going to get great pitching, great hitting. It'll really help Cal Seaboard.
Now, Steve, you are a rookie manager. Obviously, today and Saturday is very important for you because you have a good idea. You have to get a good idea of how everyone plays. Are there any particular players that you want to look for? Are you know, in case you're drafting one of them?
Right now, I only know about half the guys. I'm only familiar with about half of them, so I really want to get a better grasp of who everyone is and what skills they have, what they can bring to my team.
Okay. All right. Joe, you've seen the list. You've seen the 2010 draft class. Tell me, who do you think is the most safe? Who's the safest pick? Do you think in this draft?
Judging on last year's playoff performance, and it's got to be the World Series MVP, Vin Stanziola. I mean, he's probably the best hitter in the class from the 7th inning on, and when you're looking at the draft class, I mean, not very reliable players, including Robbins, who you don't know how much effort you're going to get out of him. So when you look at Stanziola, I mean, he came to many games last year after he joined the Blue Jays, and I think that overall his play is probably the most consistent.
Steven, comments?
I agree with that. Vin Stanziola was a very tempting pick from that second position in the draft, so we'll see. We'll see.
All right. We're going to play a little game here. It's called Take 'em or Leave 'em. I'm going to say a player to each one of you guys at a certain pick, and you guys say if you should take them or pass them up. Stephen Gethard, you have the 2nd overall pick in the draft, first round. If Vin Stanziola was available, where would you pick him at 2nd overall?
I'm leaning more towards the take 'em right now.
I agree. I think that Steve should definitely consider strongly.
Okay. Joe Caputo, Timmy Murray. I know Stephen is not too familiar with Timmy, but at the 3rd pick overall?
At 3rd pick, I would normally say not bad, but look who's got that 3rd pick. It's Vinny Caputo, and we know how badly Timmy Murray played against Vinny Caputo last year. Plus, he's in Tyler Haynes' division again, so you don't want him playing Tyler Haynes 3 times, and we know how much he struggled against Tyler Haynes last year.
All right, Stephen. Next player on this list is Justin Davidson. Would you take him in the 1st round? I know he had a subpar postseason. He's come on with his pitching, his hitting, not so much. 1st round, is he a 1st round pick?
Leave him. Leave him 2nd round too.
Oh. Joe,
just because he's
1st
Justin.
round? You have the last, Joe. You have the last pick.
I think that if he's available at 6, I'm taking him because he definitely helped our pitching staff last year. You saw how good he pitched, especially Game 3 of the ALCS. That was a great performance. So I take
everyone.